Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. Before we get started, don't forget to tap on that subscribe button. Follow us on Spotify. They have video now and on all podcast platforms. Our sponsors today are OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. We got the training videos coming out in 2023, so don't forget to stay in tune with that and click in the description below if you need to know where to cop your merchandise in order to start your own podcast and get your voice out there. And those training videos will be on AOWENT.com, as well as the merchandise and the exclusive merchandise. Sorry about that, folks. Now on deck on the Angel of Words podcast, we have music artist Magic in the building. Do you believe in magic?
You better.
Doobie doobie doo. What's up, my brother? Welcome
brother.
to the Angel of Words podcast. It's a pleasure to have you, my brother.
Thank you for having me, brother. Thank you for
man,
having
there's
me.
a lot
Appreciate
to
you.
discuss with you, man.
There
Honestly,
is.
there is a lot to discuss
Start.
with you.
Where do you want to start?
I want to start, you know what? Let's start with the 2022 EP,
Right.
SUPERSTORM 9, because there was an evolution from your previous EP. I'm going to
Right.
be honest with you. And I felt like the engineer realized something in your voice.
Right.
You have like a beautiful, like Dracula voice. I'm gonna, like, you know, and that's one thing I like about your music. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to be funny, but I like imagery. What do I think about when I'm listening to an artist?
Right.
When I'm listening to an artist's music,
Right.
right? You know, before we get into the content, like I just thought about the voice, and I was like, man, this is like a sexy Dracula, like rapping.
I got fangs
to me.
too, man.
You know what I mean? And you know, it was about love. You know what I'm saying? It was about not being understood. It was about like being played by females. And like, yo, who inspired that track? And like, how did that come about? Not the track, excuse me, the EP. And like how, you know, like how did that come about, man? Because the production was great. And I noticed off the rip really quickly that there was engineering involved. You put that through an SSL soundboard, like you just didn't throw that shit out there just to throw it out there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So let's start from where it originated at. So it's a story congruent to bad mistakes we make in our love lives. You know what I mean? I could sit here today and admit that, you know, I've been in some situations, I've done some bullshit, but I've also had some bullshit done to me, and everybody's been through that. You know what I mean? This time of season, I know it's like that time is getting cold outside. It's time to talk about those things and just have those stories out there. And storytelling is always something I've always fell in love with since I started listening to music. Like when I came up, and being able to visualize something from somebody's words is such a, like you said, it's just something that puts you in a place, you know what I mean? So with this, and also SUPERSTORM 9, crazy thing, the worst experience in my life, I was in Queens during Hurricane Sandy, and my neighborhood was destroyed. My grandmother's house was destroyed.
What neighborhood did you live in?
Far Rockaway.
All right, so you lived in Far Rockaway.
Right, actually a block away from the beach.
Okay.
My boardwalk, everything, the irons, like it was just third world country. And when you see it on TV, like you see SUPERSTORM, was it 2006 one? Was it Katrina, I believe? And you know, you see it on TV, on the news, and you're just like, wow, what's going on here? And when it's in your face, it's like, yo, I'm just like speechless. So just having that visual in my head, and then to also add the love part to it, you know what I mean? I just wanted to create that image for somebody, you know, and you see the steps, like we start with crazy. Crazy, I deal with another man's wife, another man's woman, you know what I mean?
But you fall in love with her?
No, I didn't fall.
You said I fell in love with a hoe. That's what you said in the track.
I told you I'm going crazy like Joe. You know what Joe I'm talking about?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought
Joe
you
from It.
Oh, okay. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, from the Scary Movie.
I'm going crazy like Joe.
I'm thinking about Joe the singer.
No.
Oh, shit.
Joe from It.
Oh,
I'm going
wow.
crazy like Joe.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You know
I
what I
love the
mean?
double entendres. I'm telling you, the music is valid.
Appreciate you, you know what I mean? That's what we doing.
Wow. Oh, wow. So I got that totally twisted, that metaphor.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and it's funny because like people would hear that too, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"What Joe are you talking about?" It's
Yeah.
funny because my engineer's name is Joe.
Really?
Thought I was talking about him. Shout out Miami Joe, man. He thought I was talking about him, but I'm like, nah, it's Joe from It. I'm going that type of crazy.
Oh,
Shit, that type of crazy. So if you notice too, it says crazy don't deserve love.
Yes, I agree. 1000%.
Next song is called Don't Deserve.
Yep.
I'm in a relationship. I'm trying to be a good man. And that's the situation. The crazy situation was before this. Now I'm trying to be a better man. I'm trying to be a better person. You know what I mean? I'm giving my all to this one girl. And it's just like, you know, it's fucked up sometimes. But I appreciate her still. But you know, it's just fucked up that things don't work out the way you want it to work out. And you just move on. And then the last song is Love. And if you hear that song and you hear how, you know what I mean, it just gets so dark. And that's when the storm just hits a different, you know what I mean? It's a wave of emotions. And I always think back to, like what I said with Superstorm Sandy, like seeing my neighborhood and then adding that imagery to it. It just put me in that place where I can really be in my bag, you know, really feel it. Like if I can't go in the booth and feel it, I don't want to record it. You know what I mean? It got to be through the heart, you know what I mean? Through the heart and the mind. That's how we make the music, the way we make the music. You know what I mean?
Well, Magic, I'm glad, you know, that you guys were able to get through that situation.
Yeah, it's
Because,
tough.
you know, I mean, if anyone that lived in New York knows what time it is, with that Superstorm Sandy, that was no freaking joke. And now I
Yeah.
get why you called it Superstorm 9. Now, you put a 9 in Magic.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why is that? That's super interesting.
So, my nickname amongst my main mans is Magic for like years now. Like, so when I finally decided to rap, I'm like, yeah, I'm Magic because I've always been Magic, you know what I mean? But the name Magic is taken. So I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
by a very famous person for
yeah,
sure.
so I'm like,
who defeated AIDS. You
come
know
on.
God bless him, man. The greatest, the GOAT right there, bro.
Go point guard. Shout out to
Yo,
Magic Johnson.
That's a fact.
But it was weird. I'm like, oh, how the fuck do I do this? What am I doing? All right. So I try MVGIC, but I'm like, my man's Carlito the Great, featured on Crazy as well. His name is KVR. It's like, I can't do that, no. So I'm like, what do I want to do? And I'm like, the 9 is like kind of similar to a G. I'm like, it kind of looked like a G, like a lowercase G, yeah, a little bit. So I made that work. I'm talking to my best friend because this is when I dropped my first song. And I tell her, I'm like, yeah, I'm dropping my tune. My name gonna be Magic, but with a 9. And she was like, oh yeah, Magic with the 9, because you be spitting. And I'm like, oh shit, light bulb went off. Ding, ding, ding. We got an idea here with the 9. And now it's like, now that's just me. And now that I have that, you can't take that away. You feel what I'm saying? You know, when you hear with the 9, you know,
That's
who that
B.
is.
All day.
All day, that's me.
Yo, and bro, I gotta be honest with you, man. Like, you know, like you just mentioned that you have an engineer and you can tell, like you know what I mean? Like the music game is tough.
Right.
There's so many different facets to it. You know, the look, the production, the engineering,
Everything.
the this, the that, the third. You know what I'm saying? Getting shows, getting, you know, marketing, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's nuts. But bro, I can tell off the rip. You know what I mean? That like I said, there was an evolution. And so you have an engineer. Like, wow, like, you know what I mean? How were you able to like make that happen for yourself, bro? Because I can tell that your music is at the level of because there's a certain level when you place your stuff on, you know, the DSPs, the digital streaming platforms.
Right.
And you're at that level. So as soon as like I turned your music on, I'm like, oh, okay. There's a person that knows. So you're doing your research, you're on it.
Right.
Talk about it.
So I'm a historian of the music game, right? Even before I even thought about making music, because we gonna talk about how I even got into this shit in the first place. We're gonna take our time with that. But like, I'm a historian, so since I was a little nigga, I was watching Cocaine Cowboys. I would watch Black Album Documentary. Fucking Hard Knock Life Tour. 2000, was it 99 Hard Knock Life Tour? Jay-Z, DMX, Ja Rule, Method Man, Redman, like just seeing that and just visualizing that, watching Tupac interviews. And I remember I always take these things from there. And when I actually got in the booth and started it, it all just like kind of clicked with me. It was like programs downloading in my head, like, oh shit, I seen this already. This is what you're supposed to do. I remember watching Tupac in the studio session, screaming at everybody. He like, yo, we in this motherfucking studio, we out here making one song. Now we gotta go to work. We gotta make, Like he telling everybody like, yo, we in this motherfucking studio, we gotta go to work. And that's what you gotta do. You gotta go to work. If I'm in the studio, I'm not trying to just sit here and work on one tune. No, let's get a couple of them going. And that's where I got that from, because it's like, that's how you work efficiently. Another thing with Jay-Z, where I was watching in the iconic clip of him and Timbaland. Timbaland plays him.
Great clip.
Dirt Off Your Shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And he hears it, and it's just like, oh shit. He heard that beat over and over and over again because it was so fire. When you hear a beat that's so fire, you're gonna listen over and over. And he listens, and then he memorizes. He's freestyling in his head. He memorizes it. He goes right in the booth and just does it. I learned how to do that too. So like a couple of my songs.
Can you do that? Because a lot of people, they try to emulate these greats. And it's like everybody has a different process. Like you don't need to do that to be exceptional. But you can do that yourself.
It was just easier for me to do it. Like if I hear a beat and I'm really feeling it.
So that naturally comes to you. It's not something you're like deliberately trying to achieve.
No, like I'm listening to this beat over and over, and I'm catching a vibe, and I'm like, okay. And then when I start clicking, I'm like, now I know what I'm doing. Now I'm putting it together line by line in my head, and then I memorize it to the point to where I'm like, I hear the whole beat and the whole song. I know what to do.
That's an exceptional skill.
Yeah, man.
But you have bars, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, and a very unique voice. And I saw the development because the way they engineered your voice in your 2021 EP is not the way that it came out in the 2022 EP. Like you can tell there was a difference. Like they made it a point to put your voice out in the forefront because it's a very monotone. Like nobody raps like you. I'm gonna be I'm gonna keep it 100.
That.
Like your voice is unique, and that's what really drew me to your music off the rip. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy it. And I was like, all right, so there's 2022, let me see 2021. And it's just not the same. It's just not.
Right.
Like your whoever's working with you, they realize like, yo, his voice needs to be at the forefront, and your rhyming scheme and your cadence is extremely different than anything I've ever heard. You know what I mean? Like I like the evolution from your 2021 EP, and I just want to put it out there. And your music is available on Spotify and all DSPs, just letting everybody know out there. And on top of that, real quick, because I always forget this. You know what I mean? And I say it every week, but sometimes I wait for them to get here, and I just love to have conversations. But you will be performing today.
Yes.
Real talk, Love will be performed in studio by Magic. So stay tuned to that. Stay tuned after the podcast. All right. But that being said, I can see that there was a difference. There was an evolution. You know what I'm saying? And was that something you did deliberately? Were you cognizant of that? Like,
yes.
Like, okay, so what was the conversation in the studio with that situation?
I love the storytell.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to make a tape like this because I love R&B.
Okay.
Realistically, I wish I could sing. Because if I could have sang, I would have been an R&B.
Biggie wish he could sing, and he sang that song "Player Hater." You know what I mean?
I sang on that shit. Don't deserve. I tried to sing some shit. Listen, a couple of my niggas told me they ain't fuck with that shit. I'm like, I told them niggas, fuck them niggas, man. This nigga Kendrick out here talking about put the pussy on the pedestal. If he can do that shit, I can do this shit. Fuck you talking about, man.
When you do it again, right, and you reach those numbers, you know what I mean? When you get to those numbers, they won't be saying anything like that. Trust me, bro.
You know the vibes, bro. So good. I love them niggas, man. That's my guys, man.
That's hilarious. I love it.
But like with that, I wanted to storytell. I wanted to have this like vibe where you could feel this shit. That's why the last song, Love, I wanted that one to really like, I want to like really see where your heart at. How do you feel about this? What do you know about this? I got the Living Single sample in there.
Yes, let's talk about that, man. I love that, man. I
Listen,
catch samples, yo. My artists be coming in here like, yo, you caught? I'm like, I cat, dude. I'm telling you, I will catch
yeah,
your
man.
sample, bro. Like,
Yo,
and I enjoyed it because I don't feel Living Single gets enough love. What a great '90s freaking sitcom, man.
listen,
Come on,
man.
man.
The highest
Queen
paying
Latifah, come on, man.
the
It's
highest paying
lit.
sitcom of all time is Friends.
Yeah.
And they stole that template from Living Single.
Yo, we're hard body. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
Come on.
Come on now.
Come on.
And there was like young African Americans, like single life,
Living
getting
single?
lit, yo,
Yeah.
like club turning up, like
Funny as hell.
funny as hell. Like, come on,
man.
And that theme song, you seen the shorties with the dance
Yes,
moves?
yes.
Like, come on, like,
Come on.
you share me?
That's one of the illest jingles of one of the illest
Bro.
show tunes of all
It's a
time, man.
bop, bro.
Well, I'm glad that you threw it on there. I don't know if you got it cleared. I don't know if, but hopefully you will one day.
Don't break my
But
pockets,
thank you, man.
goddamn
Yeah, I
it.
know. But you know, you're gonna be so successful. They're gonna want that out there.
Thank
You
you.
know
I
what I'm
appreciate you,
saying?
bro.
You
For
feel
sure.
me? But yeah, let's discuss that, man. So I like the fact that you're a historian. You know, you
Right.
mentioned that you're a historian. You know why you think it's important. You know what I mean? Because people, young people, they see. It's not that. I'm not gonna say they don't. You know what I mean? But I get a bad deal from the media talking about I don't care about history. I'm like, I don't know about that, bro.
See, the thing is, I grew up loving it. You know what I mean? I lived in New York my whole life. I grew up in the early 2000s. Let me tell you where I catch my glimpse of like how lit New York is. It's the year 2000. It's my first time hearing "It's Dark and Hell is Hot,"
Oh my God.
bro.
Oh my God.
Yo, one of my favorite albums ever.
Oh my God.
It's like crazy. Same year, the Mets are playing the Yankees in the World Series.
Oh my God.
I'm outside and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
You're giving me goosebumps right now. Continue.
And then I'm like, oh shit. And then I'm like, the music and everything is going on. And then like, I knew about Jay-Z. I knew about Biggie and all that shit. And then Jay-Z, like next year, he drops Blueprint. And then we got Ja Rule, he's dropping this. And we got the Locks dropping that. And then you still got Puff right here. And then you got, I'm like, yo, all these niggas is from my city? You
All
got
of them.
Busta Rhymes, he from my city too?
All
What
of
the
them.
fuck is the
All of them.
50? He from the city too? All these niggas is from my town?
And the whole time Atlanta's sitting back like, oh, y'all think y'all got it?
And then they took it from us. They took it from us.
But that was a golden era. Thank you for
That-
taking me there. Because
that
that
is
you ain't lying, bro.
Crazy.
It was total and utter domination. Different types of hip hop, different types of
Yo.
artists. You know, it was a beautiful sight to behold. The city was lit.
It was just like growing up in that era, it's timeless. You to
Yeah.
this day, I ain't even bring up Dipset.
Yeah. Oh God.
I ain't even bring up Max B. Like
Oh,
that's
man.
Max B's my guy. I got a song called Big Avell.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
That's on one of the EPs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This EP right here, I got this hat on in
Okay.
that EP.
Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
But yeah, like that's just all that shit. Like it was just like, damn, New York is really an iconic city musically, and I'm from this city. And now I'm also making music. I have to be on that timing.
And you are. I mean, I feel like
You know what
you
I mean?
have bars. You ain't whack.
Thank
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that.
Real talk. Like, everybody, like I say, catches music. It's on Spotify and all the DSPs, correct? And how can they find you? It's MANIC, right?
MANIC, MA9IC.
I'm bugging. I'm bugging. MA9IC,
Yes.
correct? All right, yes.
MA9IC, Apple Music, Spotify,
And
wherever you
pronounced
want it.
magic, but
Yes.
MA9IC.
Yes.
Facts. All right,
SoundCloud too. I got SoundCloud exclusives as well. I like.
Oh, so you drop exclusives and freestyles on SoundCloud, and then you
Yes.
drop the official tissue stuff on.
on
okay.
Apple Music, on the streaming
Okay.
platforms. Yeah.
Why do you think that works for you?
I wanted to do something creative musically. You know what
Okay.
I mean? I think when you look at the SoundCloud network and the SoundCloud impact altogether, right?
It's impactful, bro. It really is.
It really is an impactful space, you know what I mean? And even just discovering music and even finding music that's not even out on the streaming services, you could catch it on there. So with me, I always think about the mixtape era. I love the mixtape era. I'm talking about soul tapes, droughts. Sorry for the waits with Wayne too. Like fucking
oh, God.
like, yo, like
Bro, fire.
Travis Scott with Days Before Rodeo. This is like, bro, like when I tell you I was really consuming a lot of music since I was younger, like even like the little CDs, the bump CDs, not even the shits that have all the hits on it. I'm listening to Uncle Murder, Cameron, T.I., unreleased shit.
Uncle Murder, God, you took me back.
Bro, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
oh man,
I'm
you
up
really
on all
are a
that.
historian. You love music, man. That's
bro.
dope.
I was up on all that, bro.
All right.
So like, I remember the Drought 3. This is like 06 Wayne. This is when he's
That's vintage Wayne.
This is when
I think that's he's coming out of Rikers and hanging out with Dipset with Jewel's Wayne. That was the best
like,
Wayne.
He's like telling everybody, I'm the best guy here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you every time, show you every time I'm the best guy here. And he just kept doing it. Yeah. To the point where he hops on other beats. He on fucking We Taking Over Again and he kill it again.
Yeah.
He on fucking If I Rule the World, and shit, and he's bodying it.
He started that whole wave of people freestyling on other people's beats. I feel like he's the trendsetter, the pioneer of that wave.
Fab too. Fab's actually my favorite rapper.
Oh, okay. You're the second person to say that on the podcast. Actually, yeah. Fab is valid. I fudge with Fab, man. You know, everybody knows I love Fab. He's valid.
Friday Night Freestyles, like
I would like to see him on a versus Fab.
He did one with Jadakiss.
Did he go against Jadakiss?
Yeah, that was like one of the first verses, actually.
Okay, no, because I remember, everybody remembers the locks again. I never got to see that one with. Okay, damn. I mean, let's not go there.
Let's not go there. We ain't gonna talk about it.
My dudes from Harlem wasn't ready, man. I'm from Harlem. It wasn't a good day for us that night.
Run it back, man. Run it back. Run it back, man. You honestly, for real though, run it back, please. Please.
I don't want to see it again.
I do.
I don't.
They left a lot in the tank. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't. It's too late now. The magic is gone, bro. With all, no pun intended.
The magic is going there, but the magic is here.
The magic is here right now in the studio, bro. Wow. No, but I want to talk about your favorite song. Well, my favorite song of yours.
Right.
The Gods.
Yes.
Bro. If you don't listen to any other song on this man's DSP world, you know what I mean? If you don't go and listen to anything else, listen to The Gods. And I want to tell you why. Because you said something that was great. A bar, you do good to see heaven, but life is more fun as a demon. It's just like, it is... life, it is introspective. It's a deep quote from you.
Yeah.
And amongst others that you have. How has that quote affected your life personally? Are those things that you've been dealing with yourself?
So, my tattoos actually, my tattoos are basically a yin and a yang.
Okay. So I'm a Cancer, so I love it.
So like,
are you a Cancer, Isla?
I'm a Capricorn.
All right, cool.
So this is like, okay. If you see right here, it says pray.
Okay.
P-R-A-Y.
Okay.
This right here says pray. P-R-E-Y.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Pray and pray. I'm gonna speak on that in my next couple tunes, my EPs, whatever. Okay. But you know what I mean?
What should we be expecting? What's happening there, bro? You already mentioned it. Might as well talk on it.
My next spot, it's already in the works. I just got to get in the store and record.
So you're prolific. It seems like you're prolific because you didn't come out that long ago and you've just been dropping great music, man. Like,
I appreciate that.
And I'm talking about like music that's like up to cuff. Like, you know what I mean? You're making sure that everything is DSP worthy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So where are you going with it now? You know what I'm saying?
I'm angry.
Okay.
I've been angry a lot.
Okay.
I can be honest right now. Like,
yeah.
I've been a little out of whack lately. I could admit that. Okay. We have our moments.
Okay.
And
well, it makes for great art. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
It makes for great art. I mean, emotion makes for great art. So you feel like you write the best when you're angry?
All different types of emotions. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like you spoke about The Gods, right? I wrote The Gods one day because I had made a Wild Side freestyle. You know the Normani Cardi B song? I hopped on that beat. That's on SoundCloud, by the way. You can listen to that. I was performing that shit, bro. And when I tell you, people was like, shorties, everybody was just like, yo, oh my God, I love that shit. I'm like, oh. Like I'd performed before and it was like calm. Like I've done poetry slams and I've gotten love. But when I performed that, it was like, oh, okay. They feeling this.
The energy was there.
The energy. And I was feeling the energy too. And I feel that
Yeah.
energy when I perform it because I like that song. Feel me? And I love that beat. It's Aaliyah too. Like Aaliyah sample. We talked about samples. Me and Aaliyah actually have the same birthday as well.
Oh, wow.
So I actually dropped that on our birthday, January 16th, that same shit over that same beat. Like, so I was just feeling away. I was feeling godly. I'm like, you know, the gods is here. Show some respect. And it just happened. It's just like, everything just like took off from there. And that's how I got that. And the cover too, I actually make my own artworks too. If you notice, there's like a conjoined person in there. Those are all Maharajas. So I'm Indian, like my ancestry, I'm Trinidadian, but my ancestry is like all the way in Gujarat. I don't know if I'm saying it properly. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it for my Indian brethren, but like.
And shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them. You know, this right here, this is a Rudraksha.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is what.
So you're in tuned with the energies that be in the culture, in the
That's
Indian
my bloodline.
Culture. All right, bet. That's what's up.
That's my bloodline. So I got in tune with the bloodline and I realized and looked back to my history, and it's a really rich history. So,
sure is.
Yo, like I had to get in tune with it. And once I got in tune with it, now I want to integrate it into the music as well and show people that side as well. Like, and also learn and keep learning because there's still so much I need to figure out about all those years back. And it's funny because my mother told me, like, you know, my last name is Ranjit Singh, by the way. So I'm a singer. You know what I mean? My mother always told me that's such a prestigious last name. My grandmother would tell me that's such a prestigious last name. And I never like paid it no mind in the beginning.
Yeah.
But you know what? Why? I'm watching Black Panther, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm watching T'Challa and Killmonger. And I'm like, yo, I need to look back on my roots too. So it's crazy how like a movie like that just, you know, gets you in tune.
Well, you know, they do a bunch of research on those freaking major motion pictures.
Bro.
They have people going in. They're not trying to, you know, disrespect anybody's culture. So they're really going in. They have like a whole team of like 40 people. It's insane with those major motion flicks, man.
That's an amazing movie. That's a top tier movie in history. Just forget Marvel and superhero. That's in history. I can watch that over and over.
And you
again.
mention a lot of Marvel in your tracks as well.
I'm
you
a
have
fan.
a lot of metaphors. I see that.
I'm a fan, man.
I was debating on 5 Words with Angel. I was going to ask you. I'm not going to ask you any Marvel stuff. We could talk about it now. It's an influence on your music.
Yeah. I would say a lot of influence is like, I got a lot of interest.
Yeah.
A lot of interest.
I can tell you're a well-rounded individual.
Yeah, man. I like a lot of things. And you'll be surprised too, you know? And when I speak on that more, when I keep going and I keep sharing everything I got, because this is not even like 20%, bro. Like, there's so many layers I could just dig deep into of just like my experiences and just things I've seen, conversations I've had, how I want things to go, how I want music to evolve. You know, when I get to that point and people really hear that, it's just an exciting time, you know? So I'm just chilling right now.
That's what's up. Well, everyone, I just want to let you know that the podcast is sponsored by OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to get over your trauma and build resilience. Now, I love your features on your tracks, bro. You got one with, Who's That? With Jenny Jen. What's up with that? What's up with you and Jenny Jen? How did that relationship happen? What's up with that?
So, me and Jenny Jen, we actually aren't really in good graces anymore.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is. It's tough, right?
Okay.
But, you know, I'm really proud of that too.
I hope you signed the split sheet, man.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Damn.
I hate it. I don't even want to get into it.
Oh,
but, you know, like, making that tune, it was just like the process of actually making that tune was.
Was it fun as, you know, let's not worry about what happened after. Let's worry about what happened. What was the process like there? All right. You like doing collabs with people?
Yeah, I would like to collab more.
Okay.
But with me too, like at the same time.
Because Crazy has a collab too.
Yeah, it's my guy, Carlito the Great. He actually the one that got me into music.
Okay.
You know, we might as well talk about that now. So pandemic time come around. I lose my job, obviously. Everybody's sitting in the crib going crazy. I'm sitting in the crib going crazy. I ain't got nothing going on. Bro kept telling me, because we was working at Victoria's Secret on 5th Avenue. And he'd tell me even back then when we was working.
Jenny Jen is not the girl you went crazy over.
No. Girl, I went crazy over. Listen, we ain't gonna talk about it.
All right, no, we're gonna continue.
Actually, we are gonna talk about it. I'm capping. We gonna talk about it. But like, yo, feel me? He would tell me all the time, like, yo, pull up to the stool. And I'm like, pull up to the stool. I pull up to the stool to vibe out, but I ain't really trying to do nothing in the booth. Because he would try to get me in the booth too. And I'm like, I ain't no rapper. Pandemic come around, I ain't doing nothing. He like, yo, bro, what's good? Let's pull up to the studio, whatever, do something. I'm like, okay, why not? I ain't doing shit. Might as well. Let me tell you something. I got in that studio. I put them headphones in. I heard that beat. And I was doing it. And obviously, when you first do it the first time, it sounds crazy. You sound like a whole, I don't even know how to explain it, but it just sounded crazy. It sounded whack. But the more I got like in tune with it and that energy I felt, it was like, oh, whoa, like, I can't even explain it to you. It just felt like, I just felt something in me. And it's just like, I wanted to go again. And I wanted to go again and again. And it was just like, oh shit, we done found something. We done found something we really like to do. Like, and now you see me here. I just love it, bro. I just love making music. I love doing this. I love having these types of moments, conversations, even talking about it. Like,
what about the, because music gets taxing, man. I've spoken to a lot of artists, you know what I mean? That's what we do here. And, a lot of them, it gets a little overwhelming when it comes to like the marketing aspect, the look aspect, you know what I mean? Could you discuss a little bit on that? You know what I mean? Like what's your temperament like? What's your mental state like when it comes to that, man? You know what I'm saying?
Fluctuates.
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Okay.
Sometimes I look in the mirror like, that episode of SpongeBob Squidward, he got the papers in his hand, looking crazy. That'd be me, looking at my phone after writing this. Looking like especially no haircut. Yeah, I'm looking like a madman, looking like a wild man. I be feeling like a madman.
You like the tapers. I know you like the
man.
You like the smooth taper. You mentioned that in your tracks. I hear that.
Man, hold on. Sure.
That's it, man. Got the waves in the front. You already know, baby.
I could do 360, but you know what? 180 is good for me. I'm fine with that. But like, it's crazy. Like, shout out to Stella Connect, Stella J. You know what I mean?
Oh, definitely, definitely. Shout out to the Stella Connect. You know what I mean? A friend of the Angel of Words podcast, for sure. Definitely, you know what I mean? Stay tapped into her, man. I think it's at _Stella Connect.
Yes.
On the gram.
She's a big help for me. She's done a lot for me, man. I appreciate her so much because, at times, you're an artist and you don't really realize, it takes a village. Yeah. It takes you a while to realize it. And thankfully, I kind of caught it relatively quickly. But when you sit down and think, damn, like the marketing aspect and then also trying to do music videos and then you want to book things. And then it's like, with me, I do mostly everything. Like I send emails, I make all different types of accounts to reach out to people. I'm joining in with coalitions and trying to branch out to not just the New York market, but every market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, man. Like, and I can notice that because you only have 50 posts on your Instagram. So it's like, you don't even have, I feel like you don't even have time to be posting like that. It's so crazy.
I feel like with social media too, I like to post when it matters, but now the social media game has changed. They want you to post every day, like everything. And I understand. I get it. Yeah. It's the monetization and the whole views and all that. They want to just capitalize off of it. But at the same time, I want to make my posts matter. I want everything I do to matter.
Copy.
That's my main thing. And musically, that's the main point I always try to get across. Everything I make, like every detail, even the things you don't think matter, they all matter. You know what I mean?
Well,
that's how I approach it.
If you're trying to be in the public eye,
everything matters,
bro. How you move matters. It could be the stupidest post you think that made, you know what I mean? And in the future, it'll come back to bite you. So from
I've seen
the beginning of time, it matters. Once you start posting on those social platforms, you better be, you better make sure you know.
Be condescending with your posting. Post with your chest, but make sure,
Yeah. No, make sure you stand behind it 100%, man, because you never know what will come to bite you in the behind later on, you know what I mean? God forbid that it does, but,
right.
You never know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What Magic, what do you think is something that people should know about you that either gets misconstrued or they don't actually know about you?
It's hard to say because I don't really feel like I hold much of anything back, but at the same time, I do keep things to my confidants, my closest people. I mean, that's how it's gonna stay until, till I'm rested. I don't want to change that aspect, but for the most part, with me, I'm not here for no nonsense. I'm here to go to work. I'm here to create something special. This is not a game. I see artists every day, and I know with this grind, what it takes. I'm willing to take all those paths to the top, not just to get lit. You know what I mean? And I understand everybody has their own aspirations, but my aspirations are, I'm looking at the elite of the game. I'm looking at the top tier people, and those are the guys I'm trying to rub shoulders with. And eventually, how do I say this the best way possible? Let's just say surpass, you know what I mean? I want to be number one. I don't make no bones about it. I say that in the music too. I make no bones about that. I want to be number one. And that's how I approach this work.
You want to be number one on the Billboard charts. You want to win Grammys.
Number one.
That's what you want to
do. When you hear me, you mention me with the best.
You're very competitive, Magic.
Because, listen, let me tell you something. It's not just, I ain't gonna cap. I am competitive with it. But really, though, it's like we put a lot into this. Now I'm putting everything into this. I'm not holding nothing back. I'm racking my brain. There's a lot of times, and artists to tell you this too, like, just trying to create and putting yourself in that space. You go through so many trials and tribulations just mentally. You could fry your brain like doing this sometimes. But I'm here for it. I'm putting it out there, and I want that. And I'm going to go for that. You know what I mean?
How do you feel as a young black man seeing all these things that are happening, though, man? People reaching the top, reaching the pinnacle, and you got, the Nipsey, the Pop Smoke, Young Dolph, and you got Takeoff. Like, how do you feel as a young black man, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see these things transpire in the music game.
In general, like, a lot of times when you in this game, you understand what goes on. I think we're in an era right now where people are just so, I don't know. I feel like this pandemic has changed a lot of people. I think once certain things started happening, and even with the drill wave, like, I show respect to the drill wave. You know what I mean? I like the drill. I'm gonna be the first man to get sturdy, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I like all this killing that's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Create your art, do what you do, but like, they really out there doing what it do. I could, listen, you living what you doing. From an artist standpoint, I could respect that, but I don't want to see that. And they're young. I don't want to see that. Like, it's just, we as African Americans, as you said, we got to just, this is not the time to be putting each other down. It's not the time to be killing. It's not the time for that. We got to come together. If we ain't going to come together, how we going to get it? We ain't going to get nothing. We going to sit here and complain and be oppressed if we just don't come together. You know what I mean? It's my mentality too. Like, why we all can't eat? We all can eat. It's enough out here. I always said this too. Like, I don't mind like helping nobody out or putting somebody on. Like, that's nothing to me. If I could put food on somebody's plate, that's cool, because I'm going to always have food on mine. So why not? You know what I mean?
And your music has, I mentioned that because your music has a lot of socially conscious, overtones to it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You make no bones about it. This things that you mentioned that, like everybody thinks Tom Brady's the GOAT, but he's wearing a MAGA hat. Like, you're looking at things from a lot of different perspectives. You're saying things that, you don't really hear often. I'm saying you never hear them, but you don't hear them often. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Obviously, there's a gazillion artists. I can't listen to everyone,
Yeah.
but that was something that stood out to me. You know what I'm saying? Why are you not scared to go that route?
I feel like if I'm going to make this, when you do things, you got to do it with your chest. You know what I mean? When I made that song, like, that song in general, Falling, like, the DMX prayer and everything, like, I remember bringing up, like, It's Dark as Hell, It's Hot, and then he came out with Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, and he had Slipping on it. And that one right there, you hear that song, and all my music fans, y'all know about that one. It just puts you in a, you know, his cadence, everything. It puts you in that feeling. You just feel every word. And with Falling, like, I was just feeling that. And there was just a lot of things I was angry about, you know? That was at the same time where, you know, Brody was homeless and bro stabbed him up. Why you doing that? You know what I mean? It's stuff like that. And then seeing Brady get celebrated, I have the utmost respect for Tom Brady as athlete.
Yeah.
The utmost respect for him. He is the best football player of all time. I can't even lie on that. But I don't respect him.
I don't know if he's the best football player.
He's the best football player of all time.
Lawrence Taylor was an animal.
Lawrence Taylor.
I give him best quarterback of all time. I don't know if I could say he's the best football player.
He's the best. I say he's the best football player because 7 championships.
All right, let me stop. I don't do any sports podcasts anymore.
Yeah. We keep it in music. My fault. We ain't going.
But all right,
doing that.
But I don't want to. I'm sorry. We don't need to go that route. But all right, I respect where you come from. You know what I mean? And I'm a big Tom Brady fan. You know what I mean?
I understand.
I just never heard somebody say that out loud and felt it. Like when you said that to me, I completely disagreed off the rip. But that's neither here nor there. We got off the cup. We'll have a conversation about that. But yeah, no, continue now because we're talking about the music and why you're not scared to speak on these matters.
Because, well, on top of that too, it being an open book.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna be an open book, you can't hold nothing back.
Yeah,
that's why you're an open book, and that's how I felt about that. And I'll say what I feel about things. I don't care. On one of my first songs. Very first song I dropped, it's called The Preview. I had a line in there, I hate when bitches say they don't want niggas that short, but your flaws need to accept them, right? Like, the ladies will hear that, and I don't want to get the ladies mad at me. I love the ladies, you know what I mean? But
well, you do. You know what I'm saying? You do love the ladies.
I love the ladies.
I would say, I'm telling you, you're like Dracula. You're like smooth, but you're like, you're like a, like, you got a little darkness to you. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. You know what I mean?
It's great though. It makes for great art. There's a lot of imagery in your music. I'm telling you, follow him on the DSPs. You'll see what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Sure. Like, everybody's different, and I appreciated that about him. I thought it was very artistic. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of imagery, but you're like that smooth, dark character. You know what I'm saying? It's fire. You know what I mean? It makes for great music, and I love the fact that your engineer is highlighting your tone of voice because it makes it more impactful as a listener, in my opinion. Obviously, that's just my opinion, but that's how I feel about that situation.
People love the voice. I always get compliments on my voice.
No. And the fact that they're bringing it out, they're making it more pronounced. Man. You know what I mean? I feel like it's working for your vibe, bro. Honestly,
that Barry White vibes. You know what I mean?
Yo, facts, man. You know what I mean? Very White with an edge, though, because you think Barry White, you think happiness and love. But I think I'm like, I don't know, man. Like,
nah, man. You gonna hear some pain in this music?
Yeah, get some pain in the music, man. Real talk, man. Well, everyone, the podcast is sponsored by OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to get over your trauma and build resilience. And now, Magic, we've reached a point in the podcast where it's time to play.
Yeah.
5 words with Angel.
Oh, shit. Dun, dun, dun.
Now, on 5 words with Angel Magic, I'm going to give you a word, phrase, or a question. You're going to give me the first word that comes to your head.
Oh, shit.
Are you ready?
Let's get it.
Let's get it. The first word is Alfred Hitchcock.
Movie.
That's what you think about when you think of, all right, cool. The next word is The Undertaker. The wrestler.
Tombstone.
I'm sorry I'm dark with it, but your metaphors were amazing. I'm just going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? All right. This one is another one. What's your favorite Samuel L. Jackson movie? Because you got Samuel L. metaphors in your raps.
I'm going to tell you my favorite Samuel L. character, Mace Windu.
Oh, word.
I'm a Star Wars fan too, man.
All right. Really?
Sam L is Mace Windu. Sam L. Shout out Sam L, man. Sam L's the GOAT.
He's a beast. And shout out to Star Wars, the greatest franchise, in my opinion, of all time.
You heard that, right?
Epic.
Smart man, you know what I mean?
Real talk. I mean, we're a big fan of Star Wars here at the AOW podcast.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
So you really thought Mace Windu was the best? Man, when fucking, Senator
purple
Palpatine
blade?
killed him? Oh, I was so mad.
Bro, first off, everybody John is red, blue, or green. He coming out with purple.
With the purple.
Gangster.
It's royal. It's a royal
gangster.
color.
He like, yo, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do what I want here.
Yeah.
But I'm still the most respected man here.
Yeah.
And I'm doing what I want.
Oh my God, I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love it. You resonated with that character.
Yeah, like,
you know, when Star Wars started, you know, because Star Wars had a bad rap for not, you know, highlighting, you know, the brown and black people back in the days in the 70s and 80s. But I'm glad that they got their wits about them back in the 2000s.
Shout out Sam L.
That's what's up. All right, the fourth word is DMX, man. What comes to mind when you think about that?
The blueprint, man. A lot of the blueprint for what I want to bring to the table.
Copy.
That raw, unfiltered, real energy.
Yeah, I mean, dog, you on that path, bro. I feel like you're like more, not more, but like you're like a sexy version of DMX. You know what I mean? Like still dark. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like, like, you know, you still have a little. You know, a little hint of romanticism inside of you. You feel me?
I try to be romantic, man. I try. It's hard, man. It's hard, man.
All right. It's not easy. I hear you, brother. Cool. The fifth and final word is the Mighty Ducks, because you're wearing the jersey, and I gotta say that is OD dope.
Come on, man.
This, jersey, I want to buy it all for you right now. Real talk. It's fire. What do you think about the Mighty Ducks? Because you're a well-rounded individual. What comes to mind?
Listen, the Disney movies was another part of the childhood. So it's like this right here. When I saw this, like I always like loved jerseys growing up too. I had mad jerseys growing up.
Yeah.
Shout out to my cousins too. My cousin had a Rasheed Wallace Atlanta Hawk jersey. You know, let me tell you that type of artifact. I don't even know what he did with it, but like Rasheed Wallace played one game for the Atlanta Hawks.
One game?
And he had that jersey.
And I think I traded to the Knicks after, right?
It's the Pistons.
Oh, the Pistons, excuse me.
And won the championship.
Yeah, won the chip. Wow.
So he played one game.
It was, he did.
I'm talking about we had jerseys on jersey and the drip to go with it, the sneakers. This is the early 2000s, so you got the two-tone do-rag, the headband, the fitted, like big shorts, big jersey. I'm talking like we had them, like Kobe, AR, Odom on the Clippers, like. So like
I had that jersey.
Yo.
I had the Odom on the Clipper. And I went to the Staples Center to watch him play with that jersey on. I'll never forget that. That was fire.
Shout out to Lamar Odom, man. He one of the underrated ballers.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Magic, man. You know, it's been great having you. I want you to give a message to the people, bro. That's your camera right there, man. You know, let them know, bro, what it's like. You know what I'm saying? To come up in this game and, you know, really work at what you want.
So all my artists out there, all the fans that's consuming the music, appreciate all y'all. You know what I mean? We need all y'all. You know, music right now is in a place where, you know, things could be better. And I see the potential for it. That's why I also started curating. Like, I also have a playlist on Apple Music. It's called The Heat You Need. Throw that out there, too, for y'all. All the artists, I'm listening to y'all. I'm trying to hear all the fire tunes, and I'm throwing them in there. Because I'm a fan of music at the end of the day. And I want to spread that word, and I want everybody to know, like, yo, come together, we can spread the wealth. We can spread the wealth. We could create a new era. I just brought up earlier about how, you know, you had the era with Hove and DMX and all these New Yorkers just dominating. We could do that again. It's here. And if I got to lead the movement, then I'm going to do it. So all the artists out there, keep doing your thing. All the people that's supporting us, being there for us, we appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. And it's a lot more to come. I got a lot more to say, so, you know what I mean?
Real quick, let them know where to find you and what to expect.
Find me on Instagram, Twitter, Reddit too. Listen, Reddit is a dangerous place.
It is.
But we got Reddit too. I post a lot of nonsense on Reddit, you know what I mean?
Oh, man, Reddit is a vehicle for the person that is outspoken for sure.
Yeah,
Didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah, where can they find you? I'm sorry.
Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, whatever, TikTok, at Magic with the 9, at MA9IC with the 9, at MA9IC with the 9. All platforms.
IG is like that too, because it's a little elongated. That's all it is?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
On the streaming platforms, also on SoundCloud, whatever, at MA9IC, you know what I mean? Tap in with it, man. We got more to come, more heat.
Yo, my brother, thank you for pulling up. I appreciate you.
My dog, I appreciate
He's going to be performing Love. He's gonna show you exactly what I was talking about. You know what I mean? The man is different. It just is what it is. Gets the halo of approval here at the Angel of Words podcast. His EPs are valid. You know what I mean? Like it's different. You know what I mean? And that's what we look for. We look for things that stand out. You know what I mean? Or as much as you can with such with such with such saturation. I feel you stand out. So thank you again, my brother, for pulling up. Everyone, don't forget. Tap on the subscribe button. Follow us on YouTube. Like, follow, comment, share. We really appreciate that here at the podcast. We're also on Spotify. They have video now, so don't forget to follow us there and all podcast platforms. The podcast today was sponsored by OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. If you want to start your own podcast, we have the affiliate. We have the affiliate links down below in the description, and we also have training videos that are coming out in 2023 to show you how to do so. And if you want the exclusive merch, like the shirt I'm wearing and the cup that's right here, just go to AOWENT.com.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel. Live from the Angel of Words Studios, performing his song, Love, the one and only Magic.
Yeah, with the motherfucking 9. My name is Magic, with the motherfucking 9. It's Project SUPERSTORM 9. You hearing the song right now, it's called Love. You got love in your life? Let me know. For real though. Just get it. I had to step back when I start to realize that I wasn't getting my get back. I came to grips with the truth, had to accept that. I feel that relationships I keep getting left back, cause I'm more like Wolverine and you more like Jean Grey. Cause you need a Cyclops and I need my Dream Bay. All this fucking drama, girl, this shit like a screenplay. I can't afford to have that shit up on replay. Besides, you feel better with summers, I feel better in winters. You need angels and I'm better with sinners. The type that's not gonna give a fuck about them glitters and dinners. The type that's not gonna play games, cause that shit for beginners. No quiero perderte, and I'm still gone. That's what she said, I see it and I'm still drawn. But I don't make no move, I'm on some other shit, cause a nigga can't afford to take another hit. My name is Magic with the 9. That song, Love, out now, SUPERSTORM 9, all streaming platforms. Shout out to Angel of Words Studios. Let's get it.
Yo, come here, don't go nowhere, bro, don't go nowhere. That was the dog Dracula right here. You already know. My guy over here, Mr. Magic. You already know what it is. Don't forget to subscribe to our DSPs and the podcast. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel. Peace.